Well, good afternoon. My name is Santa Ono, and I am the President and Vice Chancellor of the University of British Columbia. Please join us in the singing of O Canada, led by our University Marshal Nancy Hermiston, Director of the Opera and Voice Program at the UBC School of Music. Please remove your caps. Thank you, Professor Hermiston. We respectfully acknowledge the Syilx Okanagan Nation and their peoples, in whose territories we stand and are gathered today. At this time, I would like to invite Amber Katinas, member of the Okanagan Nation, to sing the Okanagan Song.
Okanagan. At the heights, because our land is beautiful.
Thank you very much, Amber. We pause for a moment to give thanks, spiritual and temporal, for the manifold blessings that we share in this wonderful world, this great nation, this beautiful province, this splendid university, these proud students and their even prouder friends and family on this most joyous of occasions. Please be seated. Chancellor Gordon, honored guests, members of the Board of Governors, senators, faculty members, staff, alumni, and most especially graduates, family, and friends, welcome to the University of British Columbia. What an honor it is for me to be with you today to celebrate UBC's newest graduating class, the class of 2019. Let's hear it for them. Now, I can tell you, this is a day that we look forward to throughout the academic year. Everyone on this stage, including the faculty and staff and the governors, really dedicate lots of work in thinking about how to support you as students and how to support this great institution. Now, you might see all kinds of different people on this stage. You can see faculty members that are dressed in their regalia that really represent the institution where they received their terminal degree. What that means is their last degree. The word terminal is maybe not the best choice, but that's what's used in academia. And you can see to my left that there are 4 individuals that are wearing regalia in the school colors of blue and gold. They are the governors of the institution. They spend a huge amount of time thinking about the university, scores of hours every month, reading thousands of pages, and they do this on a volunteer basis. So may I please ask all of you to please thank the Board of Governors for their work. Now, the focus of today is all about you, the newest graduates of this great institution, and to recognize all of your hard work, determination, and moments of creative inspiration. Graduation is a time to imagine your future in the world to come. And when you think about the road ahead, we hope that you'll gain perspective from where you have been. And we hope that when you do look back at your time at UBC, that you will do so with fondness, and that when you look ahead, that UBC will be very much part of your future. You will always be welcome here. And we look forward to hearing about your personal and professional achievements as you build on the foundation provided by your UBC degree. You will be receiving this year an invitation to come back here for homecoming. I hope that you will come back home many, many times in the future. We also hope to engage with you as alumni wherever your travels may take you. Some of you will remain in the Okanagan, some will move elsewhere in British Columbia, some of you will move to different provinces, some of you will move internationally. And with 350,000 living alumni of UBC all over the world, there are other alumni in every major city around the world. One of the great joys of being President and Vice Chancellor of UBC is that I travel the globe to stay in touch with alumni of the institution. So wherever you might go, you will be receiving invitations from alumni UBC to get together with your fellow classmates and graduates from other years as we bring UBC to you wherever you might be. We bring faculty members, deans visit, I come, students visit. Please do come back and remain connected with this university. As you begin a new stage in your life and experience, you can be confident of one thing, and this is, we're confident, and you should be confident because of all that you have accomplished while you've been here. We've watched you grace this campus with your presence. We've watched you transition from being a new student, maybe a little bit nervous, not knowing what you might expect, to where you are today. And over the years, you have been involved in so many different things, not only your classwork and laboratory work and academic activities, but you have also been involved in clubs and organizations here and all over the world, giving yourself to serve others. And so we're very confident that you will, after leaving this beautiful campus, continue to make a difference. The other reason that we're absolutely confident about your potential is because of the track record of UBC alumni who have preceded you. Some of you may know that 3 Canadian prime ministers graduated from UBC, just like you. Multiple Supreme Court justices, Nobel Prize winners, leaders in almost every field of human endeavor have preceded you. You also possess that same knowledge and skills that are conferred by the excellent education that you have received from the outstanding faculty of this institution. In his initial address to UBC's very first graduating class, which was actually pretty small, but very mighty, UBC's first president, Frank Westbrook, raised the bar for those students, encouraging the students to think more about their own personal success in their careers and in their lives. He encouraged those initial students to dedicate their lives to, in their unique ways, making the world a better place in which to live. And if you go back and read the biographies of that initial graduating class, they didn't let him down. It's pretty remarkable how some of them became leading scholars, government officials, leaders of commerce, individuals who really served those who are underprivileged. All of those stories are wrapped into that very first graduating class. And it was much smaller than the students that are here today in this ceremony. Think about what you can do individually and collectively. Today, 103 years after that initial graduation, we echo the same remarks that President Westbrook made. We believe that each and every one of you has the capacity and the skill not only to succeed in your own vocation, but in your own unique way to make the world a better place. We believe in the power of one and in the power of many. About 3 weeks ago, one of you, a graduating senior, made an appointment to see me and asked me, I just wanted to talk to my university president about what the real world is like. And I said, don't you think UBC is the real world? And he said, I don't know. And I said, if you really think about UBC now, on any given day on the 2 campuses, the number of individuals that come into the 2 campuses exceeds now the size of Nanaimo. UBC is a large town or a small city. And if you look across the campuses, you'll see extraordinary talent in the faculty, staff, and students, but you'll also see extraordinary diversity. People come from different cultures, they have different beliefs, and they do sometimes get into spirited debates about their differences of opinion. This is very much a microcosm of the real world. To which he replied, well, I see what you're saying, but I still want to have some advice from you about the future and what I can take with me from this day forward. And I replied, well, since you've asked twice, I'll do my very best to provide you with something hopefully meaningful. So this is what I said, and I felt that it was only appropriate that I share the same advice with every graduating student. This is what I said. I said, I'll be honest. The days that follow your graduation today will not be that different from the days that precede your graduation. There'll be some differences. There'll be fewer young people that are in your immediate proximity. You'll be moving into, in very many cases, either graduate or professional school or into a job. And those are different environments from the one that you are in today. And if you're going to move from this wonderful location in the Okanagan, you may have to adjust to a different environment and different kinds of individuals. You might have to start from scratch and make a whole new group of friends. But all of that will happen. And the other thing I said was that, I'll be honest, in the days in the future, you will have good times and bad. It is unavoidable. I have yet to meet an individual that has only good days. May you have many more good times than bad. But when life is challenging, or your spirits might be down, try this. And I ask each of you students, and also your friends and family out there, to humor me and try this. I'm going to talk about a number of different vignettes, many of which you have actually experienced earlier in life. But I ask you to close your eyes and think back to the first time you experienced each of the different vignettes that I mentioned. Really try and transport yourself back to where you were back then. Try and feel what you felt back then. For most of you, it's going to bring you back to when you were a little child, maybe 6 or 9 or 14 or 16. For example, think about the first time that you went on a hike with your family as a little kid. The moment when they, for the first time, had confidence that you were safe on a hike, climbing up to a beautiful vista without fences. Remember how your mom or dad was probably holding your hand. They were confident enough to let you go hiking with them, but not yet quite confident enough to let go of your hand when you were high up above a valley or a lake. Remember that moment? Remember how they walked you almost to the edge and you peered down and you couldn't believe how high up you were. You were excited and scared, but your parents were there. Remember what you felt like. Or remember the first time you went into one of the beautiful forests of British Columbia when you were small. Remember when you were small and you're looking up at those trees and they seemed like they were infinite in height, and how you went up to the tree, touched the rough bark, and couldn't believe how wide the tree trunks are of trees that have been here for 500 years. Remember the first time you went skiing. It might have been one of these beginner slopes, but remember how your parents or grandparents or older siblings got you bundled up, and then you were on this very unusual, uncomfortable situation where you didn't know what you were doing, and suddenly, uncontrollably, you were sliding down this slope. Remember what it felt like. Think back to the very first time maybe that you went to a Major League Baseball game. For me, it was Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. I'll never forget the thrill of 35,000 people on their feet cheering. I'd never seen so many people. I'd never experienced that kind of noise. I'll never forget walking up the stairs as a little kid, looking over the fence at this beautiful, green, immaculate field. I'll never forget the sound of the crack of the bat as it hit the ball, as a baseball player called Boog Powell hit a grand slam home run in the 9th inning with 2 people out, and the home team won. Think back to your first fireworks display. Remember when you were a little kid? Maybe you were on your mom or dad's shoulders, or grandpa's shoulders, grandma's shoulders. It was way past your bedtime. Probably some of those parents or grandparents or older siblings are here today cheering you on. Remember how scared you were? Remember how excited you were, looking up, listening to the music, maybe seeing fireflies. Remember the sound of that first fireworks exploding above you, and how amazed you were to see the dancing lights, shimmering lights in the sky of multiple different colors in the summer sky. I'll never forget what it was like. Think back to when you rode a bicycle for the first time without training wheels. Remember that? Either your parents or your older siblings, grandparents maybe, were holding onto your bicycle seat. You were excited, you were scared, you wanted to grow up real quick. They knew that it was a little bit risky to let go of that bicycle seat, but they did, because that's how you learn how to ride a bicycle without training wheels. One of them was probably taking a video of you. Maybe it's on Facebook. Maybe it's already come up as a memory, as something that you should remember. I'll tell you that your parents and grandparents remember that moment when you rode a bicycle for the first time without training wheels. They can remember it just by closing their eyes. Think back to your first driver's license. That sense of liberation, that time-honored step towards adulthood, that rite of passage. Remember how excited you were? In my day, all you could do was show it to your friends. There was no social media. But you probably took a picture of that, made it your profile pic, and you probably still have it. And if you look back, it's probably still there. Think back to your first kiss. Hopefully you've had one by now. Think back to the first time that you looked out the window of a jet plane, looking at the grandeur of British Columbia, looking at the snow-capped mountains, or witnessed the majesty of the Grand Canyon, or the Niagara Falls, the Canadian side, of course. Think back to the very first time you saw something amazing like Big Ben in London, or the pyramids of Egypt. If you're a scuba diver or snorkel, think about that first time you were scared. Pretty scary to go underwater for a long time. But remember when you got comfortable and you opened your eyes and you looked around, you saw the stunning biodiversity of a coral reef, or you saw a tortoise just swim by, or a shark just around there. Remember those moments? Remember what you felt like? Or if you walked through a tropical rainforest, looking at beautiful birds flying from branch to branch. As you think about each of these vignettes, if you think back, what I want you to do is to try and remember your sense of awe, your look of wide-eyed amazement at the wonders of the world. Take a little bit of time this afternoon or tonight or tomorrow. Look back at some pictures of yourself many years ago. Or look at those old photo albums that your mom or grandma has. We all do it. And they probably will never forget the look of wide-eyed amazement in your face. It's the stuff of memories. It's those moments that together really define who you are as a person. Reliving those moments will likely bring a smile to your face, sunshine to a cloudy day. But beyond looking back, my advice to you is to always look forward to new firsts, to never ever lose that sense of adventure, that sense of wonder. If there's one word I want you to take with you, as the student asked me when he made the appointment, take with you that one word, wonder. You see, when the world seems drab, as if everything is monochrome, or as if you're listening to something in mono, that's the precise moment to push yourself beyond your limits, to experience anew something you've never experienced before, to experience the diversity of the colors of the world, the different kinds of people, the ideas, the magic of the world in stereo. You see, the sooner you realize that the bucket list of things to do in this world is infinite, the sooner you will realize there is an endless list of first times for you. endless opportunity to view the world with childlike wonder. And never say sorry to being childlike, because it is the secret of being forever young. If you do that, you will live a rich and fulfilling life. Godspeed, stay in touch. We will be rooting for you every step of the way. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name's Deborah Buzzard, and I have the privilege and pleasure of serving as Principal and Deputy Vice Chancellor of the Okanagan campus of UBC. To our graduating class of 2019, congratulations. Your graduation today marks extraordinary success, hard work, and achievement, and your ability to take in and embrace new information and ideas. These skills and habits are the ones that you will take with you when you cross the stage today, and they will serve you well. But a UBC degree isn't just about the education in classrooms. It isn't just about qualifying you for a job or giving you a marketable skill. More importantly, it prepares you to live a thoughtful life, one of perception, insight, and in this era of fake news, dare I say, rationality. You have the intellectual tools to flourish wherever you're heading. And I look at you, I am struck by your collective power as a force for positive change in the world. And yes, we all know there is a lot to do. But I want to give you an example of your individual and collective power to take with you. Many of you who are graduating today were here in 2014 when the Students' Union organized a referendum, working in partnership with Heather Beringer, our Chief Librarian, under the title, More Library. Now, you may remember that tagline, and you probably also remember, because it's only ended very recently, the dire shortage of study space on this campus. All those assignments that needed you to find a quiet place to work with a group, all the time you needed to be prepping at the last minute for an exam, and you might have to sit in a corner in a corridor or on the stairs in the back end of a building because we simply did not have enough space in our library. So More Library. You voted overwhelmingly to contribute, and the amount is about $75 a year per student, and you'll see it as a little extra fee. That was a decision made collectively to build more library study space. You did that knowing that it could take a very long time for that building to come into being. Your collective decision is going to amount to $10 million. That $10 million enabled us to attract the federal and provincial governments to match your gift and more, and to allow us to open the beautiful new Commons building in January, a $35 million building that really has your names on it. You made that happen here. Now think back to what study space has been like, and think forward to what the students who start here in September will find. And know that you have transformed this campus. Please, may we have a round of applause for the incredible contribution of these students. I give you that example because you had a challenge, nowhere to study. You took action. Individually you voted, and collectively you're contributing to this. It's an example of your power, as individual graduates of UBC and the power of collective. And in another specific way, it is the power of knowing you can make it happen now. It might not benefit you, but it is for the future good of all. And I would remind you there are some global challenges right now, and I'll just say climate, where we need exactly that kind of action, and you are the folks that will make that happen. I have no doubt. Graduation does not mean goodbye. As our president has said, you will forever be UBC graduates. On September the 28th, we will be hosting our second homecoming event on this campus. It's over a weekend. I would encourage you all to join us, and we would look forward to welcoming you as our newest alumni. We know you will be successful, and we know that great universities are measured by their impact on the world. And the way that universities have that impact is through the work of their graduates. So over to you, our motto, tuum est. It is yours to take that forward and to have your personal and collective impacts on the world. On behalf of the University of British Columbia and all of us here at the Okanagan campus, congratulations. I wish you every success. Well done, class of 2019. And now I'm pleased to call on Tyler Trones, a member of the graduating class, to make remarks. Tyler.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Buzzard. Mr. Chancellor, honored guests, and fellow graduates. My name is Tyler Trones, and I am a graduate of the Okanagan School of Education. For some of you, this is the result of a 4-year academic journey, while some, like myself, several more years on top of that. Either way, we did it. On behalf of Alumni UBC, I'm honored to welcome you into an alumni family. You now belong to a community of changemakers and leaders that is more than 350,000 strong. Graduates like you who are looking to make a positive difference in the world. Visit the Alumni Welcome tent after our ceremony and see what it means to be a new member of the alumni family. When I was asked to be student speaker several weeks ago, a single question kept repeating in my mind. What on earth am I going to say? After many conversations with trusted people in my life, some research, and probably an excessive amount of self-reflection, I've come to the conclusion that there is something we all have in common other than graduating. We all have a story. Our stories are unique, diverse, and ongoing. Some days we felt like the author, in control, independent, confident in our choices. While on other days we relied on others to guide and support us as they helped co-write our stories. In other words, we didn't get to this day on our own. For me, I have so many to thank. But most of all, I'm extremely grateful for my family. You've always believed in me. I would not be here today without your inspiration, support, and love, especially my amazing wife and daughter. So on this day, I encourage all of you to come from a place of gratitude and thank those that made a difference in your life, helped you get here today. Speaking of today, remember to stop. Take in this moment. Be present. Too often we are consumed by the many distractions in our lives and we take on far too much. At this time, try to let those things go. Simply appreciate this day. Be proud of yourself and what you've accomplished. Moving forward, we will all continue our stories. We will face diverse challenges that call on our abilities to lead, inspire, teach, learn, and persevere. While navigating through the days to come, stay true to yourself. Be a change maker. Set ambitious goals. Practice empathy, kindness, and compassion. And finally, don't be afraid to fail. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Will the candidates for degrees please rise? That's you. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting the candidates for degrees who have successfully completed their studies and fulfilled the conditions that the university has set for them. The Okanagan Senate of this university recommends them to you for the degrees that will be announced by the representatives of the faculties. As each degree is officially conferred, the Dean of the faculty, and in the case of graduate students, the Dean of the College of Graduate Studies will congratulate the student. Barb Hoover and Kyle Hamilton, members of the alumni community, will welcome each student to the Alumni Association and present them with an alumni handbook. The candidates will please be seated.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Jennifer Kelly. Dr. Kelly examined professional learning experiences of teachers participating in a learning community. She found that teachers can engage in holistic professional learning, which involves experiences connecting the mind and heart while learning in relation to others. This research illuminates that teacher professional learning should focus on developing learning relationships. Dr. Jennifer Kelly. Donna Lynn Kozak. Dr. Kozak's research challenged the historical positioning of parents and teachers within the homeschool interface. Through critical participatory action research, a group of parents and teachers who shared a child over a school year co-created a third space learning community that questioned, reframed, and transformed their previously held roles, identities, and sense of agency. Dr. Donna Lynn Kozak. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Master of Arts. Brooke Holler. Shannon Daniel Ball. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Master of Education. Nicole Crane. Candace Denoyer, Nadia Galban Hernandez, Paula Lockwood, Carson Lofsgaard, Allison Lipchuk, Erica Nielsen Mahoney, Tess Perry, Michelle Redmond, Ashley Joy Relling, Paul Conrad Richard, Alexandra Taylor, Laura Marie Wiley. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Education. Robert Bennett, Cassandra Gloria Brownridge, Myla Tucker, Margaret Conway, Dale Flowers Johnson, Stephanie Lane Fromberg, Jill Graham, Adela Simone Grimard, Kelsey Nicole Hine, Megan Jeffries, Brett Douglas Lappin, Nicole McLennan, Audrey Sarah McMahon, Eva Elizabeth Daly, Justin Dwight Nilsson, Joanna Petco, Megan Salt, Kurt Slauson, Haley Aroa Martin Stoppa, Joshua Sunvik, Jordana Marie Wamsley, Rosie Ashla, Emily Baldwin, Natasha Lee Basso, Kendra Ashley Blakely, Crystal Maria Susan Kane, Talisa Caldwell, Tessa Christensen, Deborah Croft, Amandeep Dahal, Ethan Ferris, Jenny Fair, Jaylene Fox, Andrea Lee Haas, Danica Heinrich, Sarah Jackson, Sydney Kemp, Lindsay Crucial, Elisa Amelia Capula, Cassidy Sarah LaFleur Johnson, Amy Lemieux, Olivia Lord, Jay Marcies, Lucas Aiden Mitchell, Christine Mollison, Janessa Moore, Corey Joan Nicolai, Heather Elizabeth Noakes, Timothy John Osborne, Amy Penny, Michelle Leanne Quadri, Rahman Kaur Rashwan, Megan Amelia Richards, Desiree Schaefer, Danine Carey Sajak, Marla Selsky, Alexa Joan Tassapopoulos, Stephanie Lynn Turner, Alyssa Watt. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the University of British Columbia Medal in Education, head of the graduating class, Tyler Tronas. There's still more? No, that's it? That's it.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Management. Amal Al-Huwaishil, Hamel Al-Jala, Mason Leroy Jameson Backman, Caitlin Rosemarie Bombush, Shane Benz, get extra time. Mr. Chancellor, I have the pleasure of presenting to you the University of BC Medal in Management, head of the graduating class, Zachary Bingley. Michael Edward Bitcon, Baron Brand, Nathan Brown, Oscar Knievet, Ajit Shahal, Kayla Chang, Tyler Chapman, Jilin Shen, Zoki Chen, Yining Chen, Keshen Cheng, Cameron Elizabeth Clark, Elodie Crooks. Jory Dickey. Joshua Demena. Nicole Elsasser. David Gao. Lovepreet Gill. Catherine Elizabeth Gerling. Thomas Henry Gray. Mark Graf Gregorio. Courtney Lynn Hemmerling. Michaela Hodgson. Ryan Thang. Jeffrey Jiao. Kaylee Johnson. Riley Johnson. Dylan Johnstone. Jada Jerome. Amin Candola. Michaela Canton. Salman Karmali. Sampreet Kaur. Owen Klukas. Victoria Chanel Cray. Brianna Lane. Olivia Latondras. Danae LaRue. Julie LaRue. Adriana Lefebvre. Neil Lloyd Liwan Poe. Lawrence Lee. Andrew Liu. Leanne Liu. Yinting Look. Xiaoji Ma. Ziyu Ma. Michael McDonnell. Maddie Matalonis. Tavish Stewart McGuire. Brock McKillop. Daniel Patrick Gordon Morenyi. Clark James Morris. Armin Mostvi Sadri. Emma Nelson. Marina Nichols. Annika Michelle Nilsson. Chelsea Marie Nishihata. Jackson Knorr. Brock John Carl Olson. Maria Claudia Osleger, sorry. Kyle Thomas Peredel. Austin Penrose. Georgia Deborah Platt. Ian Pusey. George Rifle. Sirin Rook Zujarit. Eddie Schreier. Devin Nicole Smith. Noah Smith. Kevin Brian Middleton Sokolan. Jacob James Stewart. Allison Stolarchuk. Is that you? Kira Stratoff. Alicia Regina Mendville Taylor. Daniel Thornton. Chanakan Tribunyatku. Norman Sang. Tristan Tuluk. Thomas Tweedledee Sexton. Leif Unseth. Marika Vampogis. Prashant Verma. Xin Wang. Larson Legger. Jingyue Wang. Xin Wang. Yazin Wang. Clayton Weeb. Cho Yi Wong. Hei-sun Wong. Trevor Donald Woodward. Sinan Wu. Jingyuan Zhu. Xingying Zhu. Yunlong Yang. Yuran Yang. Becky Zhang. Wenji Zhang. Yanjing Zhang. Aran Zhao. Menjun Zhong. Wenwen Zhao. Jaden Egnu. Ryan James Bannerman. Jackson R. Bonetti. Ryan Connealy. Yiming Han. Luann Jardine. Eric Anthony Larson. Andrew Michael Martin. Kanchana Pintapankang. Ashwarya Sanjay. Anshuman Vashistha. Shamali Ersa Kula Surya. Mizuki Ablet. Justin William Bell. Pablo Dos Coche. Chisholm Alechi. Chong Hei Yu. Trevor R. Jones. Phoebe Katulska. Garv Lawani. Andy Lee. Stefania Mihalova. Ellie Rogwal. Alexandra Roussel. Hilton Toe. Keep going. Daniel Broderick. Matthew David Sopkow. Aaron St. Ong. Melissa Wetmore. Colton J.D. White. Yayu Yang. Patience Spinoza Okuku. I got off to a bit of a rapid fire start.
Will all the graduates please rise? For those graduates who've crossed the stage today, as well as those who are unable to make today's ceremony, I hereby admit you to the convocation of UBC. Congratulations. As Chancellor, it's been my privilege and great honor to preside over today's ceremonies. You've all invested a huge amount of hard work, determination, focus to reach this milestone in your life, your graduation. You've had a lot of support along the way, family, friends, peers, and many of them are in this hall today. So I think this would be a great moment to turn around and show your appreciation for their support. Let's give them a huge round of applause. And how about a big round of applause for the faculty on stage for all their support? So having crossed this stage today, you are now members of the Convocation of UBC, and you are in good company. Since UBC first began granting degrees in 1916, generations of students have crossed a stage just like this one to receive their degrees, and they've gone on to help build our community and help shape our society. As alumni, your relationship with UBC is beginning anew, and you can maintain your voice in the affairs of the university through your elected members of Senate, perhaps by mentoring one of today's students, or by volunteering for one of the many activities that UBC hosts both here at home and abroad. And as lifelong learners, you will always be welcome to come back here and take a course or two. You might want to take a short break before you do that, but you will always be welcome to come back. And I do encourage you to stay involved in the affairs of the university, because you still have much to offer UBC, just as UBC still has much to offer you. So tuam est, congratulations once again, and please be seated.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our Chancellor, Lindsay Gordon, for presiding over today's ceremony, and our President, Santa Ono, for joining us for this very important celebration, and of course, our Board of Governors. I think we've all really enjoyed the music at this event, and I'd ask you to join me in a big round of applause for the Okanagan Symphony Wind Ensemble. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this brings our ceremony to a close. Thank you for joining us. I hope that you have enjoyed it as much as I, and that you are able to join us for refreshments, which will be served in the courtyard immediately after the ceremony in the alumni tent. We request that guests kindly remain in their places until the academic processions have left the building. But before we begin the procession, we have one more big moment. Parents, families, supporters, this is going to be the photo op. So get your cameras ready, video or photo. It is the time-honored tradition known as the cap toss. Some of you have been waiting since your student was born for this moment. I know our students have been working towards this for all the years they've been here. You've been waiting for an opportunity to do this, so let's do it right. The keys to a successful cap toss are synchronization and altitude. I'll leave the altitude to you. We have a high ceiling, but to ensure that we are in sync and there is no premature decapitulation, I will lead you with a prompt. Will the graduates please rise and prepare for the toss, removing your caps and holding them firmly in your hand. No tossing until you get the word. In a moment, I am going to wish you one final congratulation on behalf of the University of British Columbia. When I say the word Columbia, you will all toss your hats in the air. And parents, that is your cue to start filming, snapping photos. Is everyone ready? Mr. Chancellor, President Ono, dignitaries, family and friends, Please join me in congratulating one last time the 2019 graduates of the University of British Columbia.